Okay, awesome. So I will first of all go create the database. Cd functions. Let me start the service. Start API dev. Okay, so let's go to beekeeper. Search mode, create db. So I shall create the database, create db. So here we are all comfortable, right? But I'll just anyways do it. If you guys have any doubts, let me know. So I'm just going and creating the database right now.
Create DB, we might have to give dev or test.
I
So
gave.
okay, dev, okay.
So create db is done. So I'll just make sure localhost this one, and the credentials is root dev live space. Okay. The name is okay. Let me refresh this. Why hasn't that created dev live space? Okay, we have not created any tables. Cool. So let's start off, and I just need to make sure the test is also created. Okay, test also created. Npm run auto test. Let's run this and see if things are all right. 0 test cases passing. Perfect. Okay, so let us take a simple example of creating services. In LiveSpace, we are going to let us say let's take an example of simple thing only, right? Let's take an example of creating a user. Okay, and we will handle couple of validations. So user will basically have id, name, and mobile, right, comma email. Let's take this also. And what we need to ensure is mobile is mandatory, and mobile and email is mandatory, and email should basically cater to the format. Should be a valid email, right? And we will write couple of APIs, two APIs. One is to create a user, and the second is to get all users. We'll see if time permits, we will also do get a specific user. Okay, this is what we will try and cover today. So let's go to functions, and functions, let's go to test, and we don't have resources. Let's create the folder resources, right? Under resources, we will create a folder called users, and under users we'll create a folder called APIs, and under API let us create a file called describe create users api.js. Okay, so this is our first test case we are writing. API test. Okay, so this was a simple snippet that I had. I'll basically add that snippet to the folder so that you guys can use it. So what are we trying to achieve over here? We are basically telling describe create user API. Okay, and let's talk about what should it essentially do. It should create users when all the data are present. Okay, are provided, right? So this is a simple use case. I will basically I'll make this an async, and simple thing that we need to do over here is we need to call the test route dot, I think test dot execute. Let me just go to test route dot execute, and first will be the URL, so we'll make it as /users, right? This is taken care. What is the method? I am assuming we need to have it as post, and you basically have your request. I'll basically send the request comma response, and I think that should be good, right? So this will be const response equal to await, execute this one, and I'll basically create a request is here, done. So this is a simple test case, and I am just expecting expect response dot to be equal to we know our API format status equal to true, and I'll basically just give message equal to successfully created a user. Okay, so this seems to be straightforward. Let's restart this one. It is not running because the file didn't exist when we started it. So here it is basically telling helpers.resolve can't find modules, so I think helpers.resolver, it should be helpers resolvers. Okay, it is resolvers. I think that should fix it. Okay, so it's basically telling the string /users is not registered. So obviously we have not created the API and it is not registered. That is the error it is giving over here. Should create user when all the data are provided. Here the error is string /users not registered was thrown. So what we will basically do is we will go ahead and create the resource. Let's go to functions, and we will create resources, right? Under resources, make sure all your entities are plural. So I'll basically make it as users and it's not user. And under users you basically have APIs, and under API you will have a file called create users API.js. Okay, this is our first thing. So I'll basically create an API function create users, and method is post, URL is /users, create users, done, right? And to just make the thing pass, right? First, anyways, let me copy the relative path and include it over here. No, not needed. Anyways, I just need to add this into the API route file. So I'll go to API routes, and I'll basically do require. Okay, just get rid of these functions, and I think we are good to go. So this would have sorted things out for us. What we will do is, let's rerun the test case. Cannot, okay, it is that's because it is not returning anything. So here I will basically do return respond. So we need to respond, and I need to give result dot okay to begin with, because I'm just trying to pass the test case. So I'll basically do const result equal to require folktail slash result. So I just need to return status is true. I'll just give a empty object over here, and the message is let me close this. Let's go to this guy. Let's copy the message successfully created user. This is the message, and a failure message also. I'll just give failed to create user. Okay, so this is good. Let's see if it passes. It almost passed. Only thing is the entity, it basically telling it's an empty object. So I shall go and make sure the entity is an empty object. Or let me see if I can just provide this and make it pass. Undefined. Okay, got it. I'll basically give this, and let's go here and basically tell entity equal to this one. So I'm assuming this should pass. Okay, awesome. So till now, if you look at it, we started off with test. We didn't have any implementation, and test was driving our entire implementation over here, right? So if this is done, now the next question is, how do we make sure we write a test case that will fail this scenario? That is always what we need to think about. So till now what we have told is, this is the expectation, this expectation is handled. Now what other expectation can I set so that it starts failing? So what I will do right now is, I'll basically take care of the failure scenario. It should respond or run failure when some error occurs. Okay, this is the next scenario that I am thinking about. So what I will do is, I'll just copy this, and I'll just put this async over here. Only thing is, instead of this execute with error, right? Here we are taken care, and here I essentially need status equal to false and fail to create. What is the message? Fail to create user. This is essentially what we want, right? So expected error but got object. So essentially it expected an error, but unfortunately it didn't get that thing. So let's go to execute error, test route execute with error, but the result was, I shall just do stringify. I think this will be better. Okay. So expected error, but got this one. So I think this will give a better message. Okay. So now how do we basically raise an error, create an error? So let's go to create user. So one of the things that we can essentially do is, of course, we can provide error over here, and what will happen is one of the test case will pass, the other test case will fail. So fail to create error, this is the error message, and the error is that an error code. So this is described line number 40. So let's go with this line number 40. This is the thing. So status is false, failed to create user, and that will be error message. Okay, it is basically trying to get a error message, and it's not the actual response. So here it will be new API error, and code will be 0, and error will be nothing, and the message will be failed. Let me see if I have the failed to create user. Wait. Failed to create user. So essentially one is passing and the second one failed. Now we need to make sure both of these things are passing. So what I will essentially do is I will start mocking, and we know that it needs to create a user in the database. So I will mock the DB. So sandbox dot mock DB, and expects what is the thing, execute dot returns resolve OK, and I'll basically get the created user. I'll basically give some random thing called ID1 and name equal to user1. That's it. Okay, let's take a look at it. So it basically tells expected execute once, but it was never called. So essentially what we did right now is, in order to fix all the test cases, we are telling, okay, there is something called, we need to make a DB call, which basically does an execute, and this guy needs to resolve, it needs to return this data back. But now since we are not doing any of those things, it is basically failing. So I'll just go to create user API. Just give me a second, guys. Okay, so let's go and basically start working on that. So I'll basically tell const response equal to await db dot execute, and I'm just giving empty object. And the reason I'm giving empty object is, if you don't give anything, the mock kind of doesn't understand. So I'm just going to give an empty object. Just remember this. And instead of this result.error and all those things, I'm going to return this response back. Right, so I'll get rid of this guy. Done. And let's take a look at what is happening now. So if you go here, both the test cases failed, and then the reason being entity is not properly defined here. So let's fix that. So entity over here was empty. Instead of that, I'll basically tell id equal to 1 and name equal to user 1, right? So let's take a look at this. So that one passed, but the respond failed because it wanted error and it could not get error. And if you look at it, it is also telling expected query.get is not a function. So it is doing an actual execution because over here we have not mocked it. Since we have not mocked it over here, what is happening is it is actually making the actual DB call and it expects a query over here, but actually we have given a empty object. So it is failing. So anyways, we will go ahead and mock it here too. Sandbox dot mock. What do we need to mock? We are mocking the DB and it expects which call execute execute and it returns resolve instead of okay, resolve error, and I'll basically give some error. Okay, this is what is expected over here. And let's see what is the error that we are getting right now. So more or less everything was proper, only thing is the error message was the problem. So here, since we are expecting some error, we'll give here some error. And now both the test cases should pass ideally. Okay, awesome. Now both the test cases passed. Till now obviously we have not completed the API, but it is getting into a shape, right? So obviously all the logic is not completed. So let us go and fix these things in order to handle all the scenarios. So sandbox expect execute, this is taken care. Now when we tell execute, what is it that we are expecting, right? So with args, so we just need to basically make sure the arg whatever argument we are passing to the execute is proper. So with args, verify args and let's look at what is the argument that we are going to get. So this is the query that will be executed. Now we are expect query dot to be instance of, let us say, create user query. Okay, so obviously it will fail because create user query is not defined. So let us go here and let us at least make this test case pass, and then we will start creating those so few queries. Okay, queries is done. So here I will create a file, create user query.js, done. So this is done here. Let us make sure this guy is proper. Create user query, I shall copy the relative path and let's go to here, const create user query equal to require. Okay, awesome, taken care. So let us see if this passes. Where was that create user query? Create user query is here. It needs a constructor, that is because our create user query, I have not created anything. So I'll basically put query over here, class create user query. Okay, here what all I would need, let us say ID. We'll take it whenever we need it. So this one I will remove it, not needed, done. So I'll just restart the test case, because every time a new file is added, we need to restart because it doesn't pick it up. Expected this to be instance of create user query. It was basically expecting create user query, but it got a simple object over here. So which is a good thing. So we need to fix this. So what we shall do is, I'll go to the API and I shall basically add a const create user query equal to require it, since it is here only, dot queries slash create user query. Okay, and let me go and do this. This is taken care. So let us see, our test case should have passed right now. Okay, both the test cases passed. Now if you look at it, we are getting some resemblance of the test cases, right? So sorry, some resemblance of the implementation. So let us go here and let's take a look at, is this alone enough? How can we basically ensure the test cases pass properly, right? Now one of the things about create user query should be that the data it holds in order to create the user should be the right data, so that using that data we can create the actual user. So I think expect query dot details to be equal. I know you can just do 2 equal also, it's just that I make it little more, I like it to be little more readable. So I'm basically telling ID will be 1, and ID I am not anyways creating that. I'll basically make ID equal to the ID, we'll come to that. Name equal to user1. Okay, and what else did we have? That's it, right? These are the 2 things. So these 2 things should be there. And what is an ID? I will create a ID over here along with this guy's ID, and I'll basically do ID equal to uuid dot v4. We have got the ID, got it, and then we'll basically mock this one, sandbox. I'll basically stub this, stub uuid comma, whenever we expect v4 dot returns ID. So this is taken care. And we will also basically do request equal to what is the request? We need body. In the request body there is something called name, and the name is user1, right? So this should be good enough for us, and the ID is that, and this is what I'm expecting this to be. So let's take a look at our test case. Basically it is telling unexpected undefined to be dequeue equal to an object. So we didn't get anything. So what we will do is, over here we will go and let's create an ID over here, const ID equal to uuid dot v4, and which is the uuid we are using, require uuid. So I'll basically require that const uuid equal to require uuid. So this is taken care, and uuid dot v4. So I'm passing the ID over here. Okay, and we need name. So I'll basically deconstruct that using the request request dot body, and we have the name. We will pass the name as well over here. Okay, but this itself will not solve our problem. I think we'll get the same error. Undefined expected undefined equal to this. The reason being, even though we are passing to the constructor, we are not doing anything with it. So id comma name, we have got this dot details equal to id comma name. Okay, awesome. So this should ideally pass our test case if everything is good. Still it is not passing. ID is this, name is user1. Okay, that's a small thing. If I go to this one, name is user1, and what we are expecting is this. Okay, I'll remove this. So more or less this should be good. Only problem is I will make sure even the return ID is the same thing, because we want to make sure it is proper. And here also I'll basically make sure ID is whatever UUID that we created. So both the test cases passed and we are good to go. So we basically captured name, ID, and what we will do is we will capture few other information. So I'll start off from return comma mobile equal to some mobile. Let me give 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, and email equal to user1@abc.com. This is what we expect. Obviously it will fail, and we will fix this. So what we will do is we will start off with the request, and I shall just copy this, add it in the request. Done. So request mein aa gaya. Then we need it over here also. This here also it is taken care, and entity here it is taken care. Only thing is here I need to take care of this. Of course there are a lot of redundancy, we can fix it, but right now I'll not be looking at that. Let's take a look at this. ID is taken care. Where is this guy? Line number 40 here. ID name, that is because we are not handling that. So this will be mobile comma email, and we have to take care of mobile comma email. This is done. And only other thing is in the create user API we need to handle this. So we are sending let me see, mobile comma email, right? And let me pass it here, mobile comma email. Awesome. So I am assuming this should have fixed the test cases. Perfect. So till now we have basically come to a place where we have captured this, sent it to the query, but now we need to make sure the query is in a good shape, right? So let us go ahead and create a query test case. So users, I'll basically create a new folder, queries, and inside this we will create a new file, describe create user query.js. Then here I will do query test and describe create user query. Okay, so I think here we are in a good shape. Now let me just, it should create a user. Okay, this is good. Let me restart this guy. So it should run this as well. Okay, it is only dot only this also. Okay, create user query should create a user. Okay, we are in a good shape. Now I'll go to factory and user. Okay, this already existed. Name. Let me just take a look at this mobile. Is factory dot chance, and I think it is phone. As per I remember, and email will be factory dot chance email. So if anyone knows, please confirm if that is correct, or else I'll have to check.
I think it's mobile.
Mobile, or okay, let me see. Chance just
And
yeah, it is phone. Okay,
phone.
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 And
Yeah,
phone and mobile true. So I need to pass mobile true, and that will be here, I think, mobile true. So email is there, I suppose. Email, yes, email is there. Good. So this should basically give me the user. So let's go here. Before let me basically let user and user equal to await ds dot build single and ds dot user. Right, this is taken care. Now in order for me ds to data setup to build this thing, I need to go to the data and make sure that we have the user. Yeah, here we actually have the user name, and it is basically it's creating using this user. So this is good. So essentially this should give me the data. Let me just take a look at it. Console.log user comma user. Let's see if everything is good till now. We have basically got the user, some mobile number, and then email. Awesome. So this is taken care, but anyways, we have not fully done anything. Now we basically need to make sure that I pass this to the query. So I'll basically make this async. And what was the query we needed? Const create user query, right? Const create user query equal to require. Let me see if I have that. Control Shift P. Okay. Create user query, copy. Functions, get rid of it. You basically have the create user query. You have all the data. So const created user response equal to await db.exe is execute new create user query, where it will be user dot id comma user dot name comma user dot mobile comma user dot email. Okay, so all these things are used. Now I can basically verify a result. Okay, and we are telling this create user response should basically give me the created user, and in the created user it should be the same as this one. Expect created user dot to be dot equal to I'll basically make this as id equal to user dot id, name equal to user dot name, mobile equal to user dot mobile, and email equal to user dot email. Okay, so expect this to be the same, and let's take a look at what happens there. It is basically telling cannot read the property then of undefined. That is because we have not done anything in the create user. So we basically need to create the model. So first thing is, let's take a look if the model exists. Models index, so we don't have the model over here. So I can't remember the exact syntax for the thing. So SQLize, let's create the model. So control F, migration. Let's go to migration, and you basically have the npx equalize CLI. Let's copy it till here. Model dot generate minus minus name will be user, right? And let's look at what are the attributes. Minus minus attributes. First name. Okay, we need ID. I'll basically do that. And name string. String is string. Comma. Mobile also I'll make it as string, and email also string. Okay, so this should be good. We have created a model. Just look at the user model. This is the user model. Only thing is, I'll just change here to id equal to data types, sorry, dot uuid. So this is taken care, and only other thing I need to make sure is in the migration, there is already a create user. I will delete that older one, or I'll delete one of the things. Okay, I'll delete the older one. Since I had not run the migration, it is not there, so I'll remove this. And here, instead of this one, as you know, we will always use uuid, and auto increment true, not correct. Everything else should be all right. Users ID, name, mobile, email created, perfect. So let's run the migration. npm run migration test. Okay, I'll do it on the dev also. Done. So what we have done till now is we have created the migration script, we have created the model, we have not done the association and all. Obviously there is nothing to associate right now, so I can basically get the thing. So I'll basically do const models equal to require, I think it is model. So let me just look at model. Okay. How are we getting this thing model here? I'm a little confused right now. How do you guys require the model here?
Require models. So models, yeah.
But how does it know how do we require the right models?
So then we use models dot user
No, that is all
then
right.
model.
There I understand.
Okay.
But how does it know here? It needs to. How does it know what needs to be imported here?
All the models will be imported.
Just give me a second. Let me just open Giraffe. Oh, okay, okay. It is basically doing this, and then this guy has index.js. That's why it works. Okay, got it. Sorry. So it basically requires models, and basically here we will do a return models dot user dot create, and we can pass. Actually, I can just directly pass this dot details. So this should actually work for us. Let us look at this. What is it basically telling? Column ID was added but not marked as primary true. Column ID was added to attributes of the users but was not marked as primary true. Where is primary true? Model user. How do we mark this as primary true? Do you guys are aware of that? How to mark it as primary true? So I think I'll have to open that Giraffe and try it out. Giraffe.
I think you'll have to change column.
No.
Uh,
User.
प्राइमरी की ट्रू करनी है उधर
कहाँ पर?
उधर ही EU ID में आई गेस.
So function model. I'll just go to admin and just.
I sent it here.
Nah, this is the guy. Okay. So I think this should solve our problem. Done. So let's look at if everything is good. मैं एक बार इसको रीस्टार्ट कर लूँगा. Create of undefined. Okay, so user, return user. It is user and not capital U. So model dot user. Okay, and only thing is the reason mean I just need the data values. That's it. So here instead of describe create user, I'll basically tell dot data values. To this, and I think it should, only thing is the created on will be the problem. This I think we don't need to map that. So what I will do is r dot ramda dot what was that? Let's use that ramda.js, documentation and object associate props. Think you have path prop view. Access this lens prop. Prop project I think should be good. Correct. So I think let's use that r dot project and what are the items that we need to project, and r is not here. Const r equal to require ramda done r dot project, and I'll basically tell what are the items. So we need id, we need name, we need mobile, we need email. Done. So this should ideally pass unexpected undefined to equal this one. Why is it? R dot project, why is it not working? Console dot log undefined. Why is it undefined? R dot project, this one kids. Oh, project, it basically needs array of kids. Okay, that is the problem. Prop. Okay, I'll not waste my time here. So let me remove this, and I will basically make this also into an object. Okay, id equal to this. So I will comma id, and then I will do name, mobile, email. Name, mobile, name, mobile, email. Okay, so this should pass expected function. My function or project. I'll get rid of this project. Okay, this should be good. So we are good. So we were able to create a user, and we were able to write an API in order to handle the user, right? So this should be good. Only other thing is we need to handle the validation. So let us basically start off with that. Describe create user API. Let us go here and it should respond validation. It should respond validation errors when incorrect data is provided. Okay, so I'll just make this as an async. So in this case we basically need to pass validation error, and we will go here. Instead of db.execute, now what we will do is create user validator, dot expect validate, and returns resolve error. So I'll basically give some validation error. This will be new validation error, and it will have, let us say, name is mandatory, right? Validation error, name is mandatory, and create validator is not defined. So I will go and do this. Create validator, create user validator, const create user validator require with this and validators create user. Okay, this is taken care. So I just need to go back here and create this, and inside this I will create user validator.js, right? So here we have taken care. I'll just go to one of the validator, create payment validation. So I'll just copy this and put it over here. I will remove all the rules. Done. So now if I run this, validate once, but it was never called. So it is basically telling, okay, I understand that if you go to describe create user, we are basically telling create user validate, you need to call this validate. It needs to be called once, but it was never called. So let's go to create user API, and here what we will do is we will basically do create user validator equal to require validators dot create user validator, and we basically need to do this one. So I'll basically use compose result here. Result, this is taken care, and what we need to do is compose result. Here we need to have multiple calls. One is your db.execute, this I'm passing it here, and also we have your validator call. So create user validator dot validate, and here I am passing this guy. So we can pass this entire thing including the ID, and this is the user details, and validate whether the user detail is proper or not, and this will be your response and return respond. So let's take a look at that. Name is mandatory, error message is this, code is okay, I think I made one small mistake there, control B. Let's go to create user validation error, code is 0. So let's take a look at the error. Okay, code is 0, error message is this, some error. So error messages, so here we will not have this, we'll have validation error, and here the name will be the same thing, name is mandatory. So I think this should pass. Okay. Now the reason other test cases are passing even though we have not mocked it is because we have not done any validations. I think we will do that as part 2 of this exercise. Okay, right now unfortunately I have a couple of stand-ups that I need to attend. So I'll stop it here and we can continue on this little later.